Islam being the number 4 fighter. He was supposed to fight Dariush at 3, which was going to be like a big, almost like floodgate opening, right? Because then it kind of starts to stack the tiers of the fighters. Now, Dariush gets a serious leg injury, can't fight. Bobby Green steps in on 2 weeks' notice. That's why the odds are as such, and the catch weight is found at 160 instead of 155. Now, funny about that, Islam weighed 160, Bobby Green weighed at 158.
I know
So Bobby
Islam
Green
looked
got
like
close.
shit on the scale. Did you see him? He looked horrible. He looked like
Look,
McGregor, featherweight McGregor.
yeah, like I think he has trouble getting 155. I think it's a
Oh, he
big deal.
does.
I
I
think
mean,
it's very troublesome for him.
it's well documented that I think he walks around at 185, 190. I mean,
I
there's
think like
guys that,
195.
yeah, like he's a big guy.
Minus 850 for Makhachev and plus
Woo!
575 for Bobby Green.
Plus 575. Man, I gotta say, did you like the plus 575? I did.
I did.
I liked
I
it.
would have loved it. I would have loved it. I mean, I would
I
have told someone like, "Hey, throw $30 on it," because why the hell not?
I like Bobby Green plus 575 more than I like Pena at whatever she was at. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah, man. Like, if
Like
you
on
throw,
paper coming into it. Oh yeah, you're getting a lot of value there. So I didn't hate the Bobby Green bet. You know what I mean? And then I mean, Makhachev, anytime you bet plus 575, like you know what you're getting yourself into. But like I said, you can say like I drank the Kool-Aid. You can say, I mean, I do like Bobby Green, so I'm definitely not unbiased. I like Bobby Green quite a bit. One of my favorite guys to watch fight, generally speaking. So I mean, definitely not. I say what you want. I thought Bobby Green had a chance. I'm not going to say I liked him coming into this one, but I thought it was a fun matchup. I thought it was super dope that he stepped up. Now let's talk real quick because what we're getting to, folks. There's not a whole lot of fight to break down. Before the fight happened, what did you think was on the line here? Like before the fight took place, like Bobby Green being unranked, do you think what does Makhachev gain from beating him? And if Bobby Green pulled out the Hail Mary, what did he have to gain from beating Islam Makhachev? What was on the line in your mind? Because everybody has an opinion, and none of our opinions matter. You give me yours, I'll give you mine, and then we'll dive into this fucking 3 minutes of action.
okay. So I think the reality of it, from the way I see it, is that Bobby Green's super game and jumped on a great opportunity to fight a guy when there was an injury, and was close enough to the weight where he was like, I probably could make 55 if I had to, but if he wants to do a catch weight 60, I'm down to do that. That'll make it easier for me. And like I know he makes a huge cut, right? So then flip side of that coin is it's a big money fight for Bobby Green, big opportunity, and like he's game as hell. So the UFC knows they can call on him with that opportunity, and he'll every time say yes.
First main event.
Right, exactly. So other side of the coin is that Makhachev is huge, as we just discussed, when he walks around. So when he makes that weight cut, he can only do that every 3 to 4 months. He can't just stay down there. Like that's a place where he can get to, and then he's coming right back up. Right? It's like almost like diving. You can't stay down there for that long.
Great point.
So for Makhachev, it was like, I don't want to waste this camp. I'm number 4.
Yeah, good point.
Pretty much give me anybody so I can solidify my position here, and that I can't be questioned as to my worth here at number 4, because like I'm not going to sacrifice a camp where like I can't fight again for 3 months.
Okay. All right.
And how many times can you do that weight cut? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he cares about longevity and defending the belt a bunch of times. I think he just cares about getting the belt, defending it once, and then he can retire the same as Khabib. I don't think they value it the same.
Fair. So my answer to this, I think if Bobby Green, what was on the line for Bobby Green, I think if he won,
Top
the
10.
McGregor fight.
Yeah.
Give him the McGregor fight.
I think that's huge. I think that's
that
very
would have
possible.
made a lot of sense if he won, because I think and then also rankings wise, I would have, wherever Tony Ferguson is 6 or 7, I slide him in one slot ahead. Whatever Tony Ferguson's at, I would have slid Bobby Green one ahead of him if he beat Makhachev.
7. He's 7.
So I would have put him at 6. I think that's fair, and that lines him up for that McGregor fight. Boom. I think that's what was on the line for Bobby Green in my head, in my imaginary promotion.
I think that's fair.
And then for Makhachev, I think just because of circumstances, and you can say this is benefit of the doubt, you can say whatever. I think it was a number 1 contenders match going into it. I think that's got to stay on the line for him. You can say what you want about the catch weight. You can say what you want about the fighting an unranked guy. I think, and like I said, I obviously like Bobby Green. I value Bobby Green maybe more than I should, maybe more than others. I think that nothing really changed for Islam as far as what was on the line. So but everybody have different answers to that question, and that's what affected different people's like level of excitement for this fight, right? Because some
Yeah,
people thought it made
absolutely.
this fight worthless. Like this fight was just a waste of time. The show
I
must go on, a placeholder. I didn't think that. I
I'll
think there
push
was
back on
stuff to
that
be
narrative.
gained
Yeah,
from
for
both
sure.
sides.
Right. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Now, I will say as far as Islam saying he deserves a title shot now after this, hey, no, that isn't you didn't prove anything by that.
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did. Like I said, I think this is the number one contenders match for Islam. I think if he got the win,
Uh,
I think if he got the win,
I don't
he
know, man. He
wins.
doesn't have any sort of wins that are people like the other guys have wins, if that makes sense. Like everyone else has fought their way into that ranking. He kind of has been boosted by the UFC's and Khabib being his best buddy brother.
Yeah, but he hasn't proven anybody wrong.
No one's proven
He's
him
getting
wrong.
better and better. Yeah. Also, great way to put it. I mean, I think certain guys you can do that with. I mean, I'm all for it. I'm for the
Okay,
decently quick.
let me put
He's
it.
30 years old. It's not like he's some 24-year-old kid. He's like,
Yeah, I agree with that, but let me put it a different way for you. The opening odds, they say if he were to fight Charles Oliveira in his next matchup, he's minus
I
410
saw that.
favorite.
I know. I love Oliveira money. I love
I
Oliveira
okay,
money. I
okay.
but this is coming from a guy that also liked the Bobby Green plus 575. So maybe I'm hating. But
There's but
I love the
Oliveira
Oliveira
and Bobby
money.
Green aren't near that close as they're painting that to be. You know what I'm saying? Like Oliveira is way better than Bobby Green.
Just to put it this way, to get Oliveira's skill set regardless of opponent at plus 375, I'm taking it.
Like I feel like the MMA world or Vegas currently is super disrespectful to how good the top three in light heavyweight are. Like for Poirier,
Well,
Gaethje, like Oliveira,
well,
those guys are super super good.
in all fairness, that's going to get bet way down because I saw the same post you did, the entire comment section, and I'm not
Yeah,
using
I
hyperbole. There was like 400 or 500 comments.
I looked as well.
Every single one of them was like, "I'll take Oliveira money all day."
Yeah, yeah.
So that's
Even
going to
blue
get
check
bet
mark
down.
fighters like Sam Alvey
Yeah.
was on there talking about it. Like yeah, I saw all that. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. So that's super interesting, super duper interesting. You think we're getting what we're getting at here? This fight took 3 minutes and 23 seconds, which I mean, Bobby Green staved him off. I mean, it sounds so weird. It's going to sound like a moral victory, like I'm giving out participation trophies. But did you not get the vibe that Bobby Green like staved him off as long as he was going to stave him off, right? Like he was fighting, he was wiggling, he was squirming, he was essentially running, right? I mean,
Yeah.
as
I mean,
good as
defending the
somebody
takedown as
really
good as he
could.
could until he got taken down, and then that was it.
It's crazy, man. And you've heard people describe Khabib and the Dagestanis this way before. This is gonna sound hack, but as soon as he like got a hold of him, like as soon as
Oh,
he
that
like
was it.
firmly got a hold of him, it was over. It
Yeah.
was over. Because some guys, it's like, oh, once he gets under the chin, it's over, or once he takes your back, it's over,
It was like,
or
no, once he gets like full control of you on the
it doesn't
ground.
matter where. Like if he gets two hands on one leg, if he gets his
Right.
hands wrapped around you, even if he gets even in like a dominant clinch position, like just if he grabs you, it was over. And Bobby Green, I said he showed pretty decent takedown defense. He's a pretty athletic guy. He's a pretty strong guy, pretty big for the weight class. I it's weird. I know it sounds like I'm trying to like discount it, but I mean, because it was a hot knife through butter is what it was. He liked Fazeev a lot, and Fazeev and Bobby Green gave Fazeev all he wanted. Now, I mean, Fazeev's ranked like 13, so we're talking a big gap here. But I mean, it sounds maybe it's hack to say there's levels, but
Yeah, Faziv's 11, so he's not far out.
but in Bobby Green and Fazeev was a fantastic fight. Like he was right there with Fazeev. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, Makhachev Green wasn't close, and I think Green admitted that. No, granted, this wasn't the best version of Green. This is actually debatably you could say a terrible version of Green, but does it matter? I mean,
I I personally, coming out of this fight, think that Makhachev needs to fight the winner, or I'm sorry, the loser of Gaethje Oliveira, Poirier, or Dariush. I think he still needs to fight one of those three guys.
I don't hate the idea of
I
running
want I
it
want
back with
one more
Dariush.
fight with him with someone above him in rank before he gets that title shot.
I don't think we ever see Poirier at lightweight again. I'm throwing that out there. I think Poirier is a welter that nobody knows it yet, or people do know it, but like I don't think we because I think we're gonna see Poirier Diaz, and then I don't know if he does Masvidal or I don't know. I think he's doing those kind of fights now. McGregor maybe at 70
With the
or I don't
time
know.
on it, with the time on it takes for Makhachev to do his weight cut and such. I mean, if he was down to fight Dariush when he's healthy again,
No,
I think that's the move.
that's the only one I don't hate. Also, don't love. That's my option B. My option A
I
is
I
after
don't
giving the
love it either,
winner.
but I hate him fighting Oliveira more than I hate him fighting
I
Dariush,
don't hate.
if that makes
I don't.
sense. I don't
I,
necessarily hate either, but I dislike one compared to how I like the other.
well, you know what's going to factor in too? Who wins the belt? Because if we know
Good point.
Gage's not the most active guy in the world, so Gagey may not fight for 9 months or whatever the case may be, and it's cool if other guys do it, but it's not cool if Francis Ngannou does it. Like seriously, like I could see him chilling for 7, 8, 9 months or whatever the case may be, 6 months even. Uh, Oliveira's proven to be very, very, very active. So I mean, if I can just see Oliveira like Porque no los dos, like I could see Oliveira wanting to fight Islam, then McGregor, Islam, and
No,
then
I,
three
I
months
agree with you.
later,
I
like
agree with you.
whoever a
I agree
rematch
with you.
so I think that matters. I think that matters because and we're also like if Gagey wins the belt and we're talking a 9 month gap, then yeah, you could run Islam Dariush like 4 months from now and do both. So but I think if Oliveira beats Gagey, I think in 3 months, 4 months, man, I don't know. I don't have a problem with Islam getting a title shot, dude. Like I don't because that's a tricky game to play. Of who has he fought? Because he's fought who he's been able like who he's been given and who's agreed to fight him. And I guess it just depends how much you believe the narrative that people don't agree to fight him. I kind of believe it. Um,
Who did Michael Chandler sign up to fight?
I'm
Might be
not.
Tony Ferguson.
I've been hearing rumblings of Tony Ferguson. I've been hearing rumblings of Tony Ferguson.
I believe that got signed, Chandler Ferguson.
Yeah, which I mean that makes a lot of sense. I love that fight. That's awesome. I'm here for that. I mean I think that's
Okay,
great for both
so
guys.
depending on when that is, maybe the winner of that fights Makhachev.
But you don't see how that's like working backwards.
I get it, but what is Bobby Green? That's where he's working forward from that.
But that's not what it was though. Like that you can't really hold Islam like accountable for that.
I
If he
agree
made
with
short
that.
work about it'd be one thing if Bobby Green went 5 rounds with him. I'd be completely singing your tune. He 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 showed how wide the gap was between him and Bobby Green. I mean, I feel you. It's not ideal. Ideally we saw him fight Beneil Dariush. Nobody's disagreeing there. The UFC's not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. Nobody's disagreeing that like it was supposed to be Dariush, and this would all make a lot more sense if it was Dariush. And Dariush's injury muddied the waters, murkied the waters substantially. But you know what, Harrison? You know what else you're saying? If you make Makhachev wait, you know who's going to get the title shot? It's going to be McGregor. That's pretty much what you're
Yeah, I
saying.
hate that way more. I hate
You
that
hate it
way
way
more.
more. It's a way worse
Okay, you're
argument.
right. Okay, I'll
You
give
got
you.
to
I
play the.
will. I will give you that. I will give you that. If it comes down to those two, and it means Makhachev getting a title shot to make McGregor not get it, I'm with that. I'm with that every day of the
You
week.
got to play the hands you're dealt. Like I think Poirier's at welter. I think, you know, I mean, Dariush got hurt, man. That sucks. That's a curveball. That wasn't in anybody's like bracket. You know what I'm saying? But also say this was a bracket, right? Say this was a bracket. Advances to the next round.
Well, it just sucks because everyone's so booked up too. As far as like if you're trying to make my argument to put him against anyone else, Ferguson Chandler just got
Yeah.
signed on February 18th, so that's not going to happen for too long. Like you're not going to make Islam wait that long. RDA and Fiziev is coming up soon, but that's a ways away still. McGregor's only going to fight for title shots. Poirier's leaving the division. Hooker's leaving the division. Gillespie's going to fight someone at the back to let them get
Yep.
in. Oliveira
Yep.
has to fight Gaethje for the title. Dariush is hurt. Like literally, the only guy that can fight is Makhachev. for the
It
title.
has. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, is it
So I
perfect?
get it,
No.
right? Like I
Like,
literally just ran the whole like logical spin of the division. I just all right, give it to him because I want to see Oliveira win. I want to see him dismantle Makhachev. So fine, don't let Makhachev get ready. Don't build him up the
and
way you should.
either he's that guy or he's not. We can honestly maybe just snip that in the bud. Like, you
Yeah,
don't have
I'm
anybody
not trying to
calling
protect
Makachev.
Khabib's guy. Yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
you're trying to have everybody whispering, "Oh, he's the real best guy in the division, but he can't get his shot." You trying to hear that fucking story for the next 2 years? I'm
No,
not.
you're right. You're right. All right.
Because it
I have
discounts whoever has the
officially flipped
belt.
sides. I have officially
He's
flipped sides.
But no, seriously, like that's the type of narratives that like is the reason why Oliveira gets so disrespected as a champ and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And people think that the ninth ranked guy in the division can beat the champ because everybody thinks that this guy sitting over here is really the best guy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's
It's a good
maybe
point.
and maybe Dariush is the best guy. He got hurt. You know what I'm saying? There's a long list of athletes that could have been the best, but got hurt. You know, like he's not the first. He won't be the last. You know, it sucks. Nobody likes it. Islam
Well,
probably doesn't like it.
I'm glad Dariush essentially gets to hold his spot at 3 though, because it gives him the opportunity to make a name for himself still. And
Oh
Makhachev
yeah,
can just surpass that whole step and now just get to the title shot of are you the best or not, which is what we all want to see.
and Dariush has a seat at the table, which that's a seat at the lightweight table is hard to come by. Got that waiting list. That's
But
like
it
getting a
almost
seat in
reserves
Vegas.
his seat, right? Like it puts it in
Oh,
flux where he can't lose it.
you can't. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying, and that's valuable, and that's super valuable. So he's gonna get somebody. Well, I think Dariush. See, I think Dariush gets the loser of Gagey Oliveira. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I could see it. Well,
No, but
no, yeah,
lightweight, out of
loser of
all
Gaethje
weights,
Oliveira, yeah.
and I don't think either of those guys has like a great argument for a immediate rematch. You know what I'm saying?
For
So
sure not Gaethje.
yeah, for sure not good. You could argue Oliveira.
Oliveira might, but not really with his journeyman style record.
Yeah, and not with Islam waiting in the wings and not, you know what I'm
Correct. There's a
saying?
lot of
So
extenuating circumstances, yeah.
McGregor, yeah, for sure, man. For episode 78 of the Beefy Boys Breakdown. Check us out on YouTube. Give us a subscription, share some videos, like some videos, leave some comments. I appreciate you, bro. Everybody have a good night.